What is up, heroes? This is Midnight Zero, and welcome to Let's Play Doki Doki Literature Club Blind. This is a game I've been looking forward to playing ever since it came out and became a huge internet craze. I remember people were stoked about it. Apparently it has this really, like cute kawaii face, but it has a darker twist to it, and that sounds totally up my alley. So I've been pretty pumped for it. I hope you guys are excited to watch the game as well. I know that there was a warning in the beginning that this game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. I'm going to hold true to that. I don't know exactly what this game entails. I've heard, it's made the news and everything in typical blown out of proportions. But yeah, go into this knowing there's a general trigger warning here for whatever this game may entail. And I'd like to say that because this game is blind, please no spoilers. I'm very big on that. Don't ruin the experience. If there's something in the game that I haven't experienced yet, I haven't learned about myself, please don't tell me, and don't even hint at it, or don't give me expectations regarding the future of the game. It's pretty straightforward, especially if you see my other playthroughs, and the mods in the comments will help straighten things out if necessary. But yeah, with that being said, I've played this game for 20 minutes with my girlfriend before, and it looked pretty cool, so I'm excited. That first 20 minutes was a long time ago too, so I don't remember any of it. Let's hop into a new game, I guess. Title screen was cool, music's good, characters seem well drawn and everything. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. Childhood friend. The kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. I feel you. People gotta respect your time. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Get a nice little morning workout. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Aww. Is there no voice acting? Aw, that's actually a little bit of a shame, but I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you, Sunohara. So that's us. I'd imagine we're a guy, because that's typically how these games work. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. It's not like I like you or anything, Baka. That's mean, Sunohara. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Bodied right off the bat. Fine. But you did wait for me, after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Oh, I appreciate that little tilde. I do that all the time. Whatever you say, Sayori. Teehee. We cross the street together and make our way to school. Where do we go to school? What do we do at school? As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. Makes sense. By the way, Sunohara, have you decided on a club to join yet? Ah, yes, that's right. A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I was having this discussion with my girlfriend the other day, but it's pretty interesting that it seems, at least from my limited information, that there's an emphasis on just focusing on like one club to join, and that being like your main club, as opposed to in America where the emphasis is very much on trying a bunch of different clubs, a bunch of different activities. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Yikes. Sayori is not really winning over Sunohara by any means, it seems. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average, while spending my free time on games and anime. I feel you, man. Except actually, I don't really like to get by on just average. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, so... I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Those are very important skills to have. Your happiness is really important to me, And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Yikes. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Aw, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. I didn't look really into it. It said Salvado team, I think, made this. I don't really know if they've made any games in the past, what they were, or even where they're based. It'd be interesting to see if this was originally written in Japanese and translated or not. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. And now we're at school, it seems. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. Wow, that was fast, I guess. Moving through this visual novel at a blazing speed. Shout out to Scyther. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Society wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. No choice but to just, anime club, of course. Hello? Society? Society must have come to the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. Wow, you gotta really be spacing out. I thought I'd catch you coming to the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out. So I came in. Sorry, a little tired. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Is that a little bit of a blush? Well, that you could come to my club. What's your club, Sayori? Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Oof. Shot down. Meanie. This reminds me of the puffy face to an extent. No, this is like one of Saionji's face from Danganronpa 2, for those of you that are familiar. But Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. I mean, it could be for the sake of exploring, right? I'm very much a fan of trying new things and exploring for the sake of intellectual curiosity. Like, you might find a new interest in that manner. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. That's not an invalid reason, though. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That is often how it happens. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. Oof, now we're getting guilt-tripped into this, it seems. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Cupcakes, I mean, free food, right? Like, I don't know how or what age you guys are, but high school, definitely in college, you put free food as an advertisement for any event, and it's gonna draw a crowd. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. You sold your soul for a cupcake. How did this end up selling your soul? I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. This has got to be some remix or something similar to that opening song. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure to meet you. This is Girl 1. Sayori always says nice things about you. She seems a little bit reserved. And then Girl 2, seriously? You brought a boy? Oh man, she's gonna be the one that hates us. She's gonna be the tsundere, I can guarantee it. Way to kill the atmosphere. And then, Sunhara, what a nice surprise. I guess I've seen a picture of this girl, and from that I know that her name, I think, is Monica? Question mark? But I think that's about it. Sunhara, what a surprise. Welcome to the club. What is it again? Well, a new member of the club. For those that don't watch SpongeBob, that's probably way over your head and very awkward. But all words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Make it sound like it's more than 4 members, but what are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. Oh, she's the one that made cupcakes? That's funny. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Wouldn't want her overhearing, she'd get mad at you. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. She does seem like the very studious girl. don't say things like that. All anxious and nervous about being complimented in such a manner. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Yeah, I mean, like, obviously she seems a bit more timid and reserved. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monika, right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Tsunohara. Monika smiles sweetly. That dynamic animation, though. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year, so typical, like, school, like, yeah, you're in my class, I know who you are. It's not like we really interact much, but we certainly know each other and know of each other. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Just keep going. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monika. Come sit down, Tsunohara. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monika. Are we already going to be making decisions that are going to alter our ending or whatever? I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. It's pretty clear what the dynamic is here. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Understandable, the person that invited you, per se. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Are we gonna get a picture of these cupcakes? Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Oh, that's cute. Can we see a picture of it, though? The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. Wow, that's next level. Dedicated. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, I'm just excellent, what are you, baker? I feel like there's got to be some more complex, fancy title for some baker. Pastry chef? Maybe that's the better one, or something like that. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monika. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with a mouthful and has already managed to get icing on her face. Oh no, immediately cut off. There's no way we can take the Sayori route at this point. My number one pet peeve is when, well, actually, it's probably like tied with a couple other things, is when people talk with their mouth full. Absolutely cannot stand it. Drives me absolutely nuts. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. It's so funny. I do that with circular foods as well. It's actually really silly. I found out the other day on like a math video I watched on YouTube that I actually ended up doing something that equates to what's called the silver ratio or various metal ratios. If you're at all interested, hit me up on Discord and I'll be more than happy to talk about it. It's really funny. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Ooh, she got a little thing for us. Do we keep catching her eye or something? Is she waiting for me to take a bite? Oh, she's anxiously waiting for me to, mark my judgment on this cupcake. I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Are you gonna blush? Are you gonna blush for us? Yep. Thank you, Natsuki. There it is. Why are you thank you? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Yeah. Cookie cutter tsundere. Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. I like the sprite work. The sprite work at least seems really detailed and such, which is definitely something I appreciate, even if not animated, But not for, you, dummy. I'm sure that's supposed to be a nice baka. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. She's just that mature and refined that she's so smart and loves her tea and couldn't possibly, drink something as absurd as coffee or soda or I don't know. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Oh, of course she reads too. Of course she reads. I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Oh, is she now? That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. She didn't just make a fool of herself by admitting she likes drinking tea and reading books. God forbid somebody doesn't do that. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider literature club? I was afraid of this question. Yeah, no kidding, right? Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. And so the web of lies begins. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so it's admittedly a pretty good one. That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. She definitely acts like the president of the club. This overall sociable, interacting with everyone, easing communication between, obviously us, the newer member, and everyone else. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, humble brag, humble brag. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. I'm so grateful to announce that I'll have the opportunity to start my own club. Shout out to all those Facebook posts. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events, and honestly, I'm not a big fan of all that stuff too. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Shout out to that though. When I was actually in college, I've already graduated at this point, but I actually made a competitive Super Smash Bros. Club at my university, and it was such a fun experience. It was so cool getting to take one of my passions to the next level and recruit a whole bunch of other people into it and, share that, fun activity with them. Monica really is a great leader. I can't help but think of, Monica from Ultra Despair Girls, but Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, which is why you have so many, all 3 members, at least prior to our joining. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Is that going to be part of the game, recruiting new members, or right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these 3. Yeah, no kidding. I'm surprised they work so well together. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Tsunohara, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Does manga count? Manga? How did I know? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. She's like, I can't reveal that I also like manga. I can't let him know that I'm such a nerd. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. You just gotta protect that smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. It's gonna be some super high level literature. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Man, there's this great game I've heard that you'd probably like. It's called Doki Doki Literature Club. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Foreshadowing, foreshadowing, foreshadowing. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Yo, I'm a fan. I read a horror book once. I desperately grabbed something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. Oh man, just waiting for that inner horror fan that's gonna have a couple screws loose. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Oh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. Wait, what? Don't want to act like you're afraid of anything in front of me, because you gotta be, big tough tsundere. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? I mean, it's not surprising given the cupcake design and all too, but you left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! It's not like I want to be embarrassed in front of this baka or anything. And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Whoa. Ship. Sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Well, why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. I guess she's not the one to share by any means. You wouldn't like them. Wait, why not? You don't even really know us that well. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Of course you do. You're the very timid, reserved character. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. And the truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Ooh. Yikes. Seems to not be exactly what Yuri would like to do. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. Sounds like a great activity. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Bring in the energy, Sayori. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Tsunohara? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. And what's that? Now that we're back at the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. Cue all of the dejected looks on their faces. I still have other clubs to look at, and rip. I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. Gotta protect that smile. But, I'm sorry, I thought, Tsunohara, you all, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? Go home, think about it, come back tomorrow? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Oh my goodness. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Wow, that's really happy. So unexpectedly happy. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. And that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Tsunohara, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Tsunohara, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. But now, the timing is just excellent. It's not part of why Sayori probably wanted you to join the club or anything, because she likes you and wants to spend more time with you in the club and on the way back. It's all part of the mastermind plan. But, despite that intelligence, she chews with her mouth full. Yeah, she chews with her mouth open. Sure, or talks with her mouth full. Both, possibly. Sure, might as well. Yay. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. And with that, we're gonna end off this episode, so we will continue learning about the rest of the members of the club. We'll potentially write our own poem and get to read everyone else's in the next episode. I like the game so far. You know, it doesn't really stand out too much yet, but I think that's to be expected from the first, half hour, maybe, of a visual novel. Sometimes they set themselves apart, but it seems pretty cookie cutter, but at the beginning is, foundation really to build on for the rest of the game, so I'm not making any judgments yet. By any means, I guess the music has been good so far, the characters seem cool, they do seem kind of cookie cutter, but again, just based on recommendation and such, I don't doubt that it'll make a bit of a niche for itself and stand out, at least in some manner that will appeal to me. So I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are too. But until the next episode, this is Midnight Zero, and this mission is complete.